Hello Pisces, this is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts with your bonus reading for the second half of June, guys. I hope you're doing well. This is a general reading that's going to be focusing on the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine, and we're going to take a look and see how the overall connection is affecting both individuals here. You're welcome to watch just for the feminine or the masculine, or you can watch the whole thing, totally up to you. And as always, guys, take from this whatever makes sense for you and your situation, since it is a general reading. And if you're interested in your own personal private reading, all of that info is down below in the description box, and I'll include a link to all of the decks that you see here. So we're going to start things off with the Divine Feminine, and this will be time-stamped down below. So let's take a look and see, starting off with the Energy Oracle cards deck, Divine Feminine by Flames of Alchemy, focusing on the Divine Feminine and how the feminine is feeling or is being affected by the overall connection. And, you know, sometimes when I do these, the whole entire reading tends to have a very cohesive storyline, and sometimes it's just completely separate, so take it for how it makes sense for you guys. All right, let's take a look. Angels and Spirit Guides for the Divine Feminine. All right, we've got a feminine in between worlds, and then we have retreat coming through here. So for me, this retreat energy can certainly be reflective of somebody who just needs to back away from a situation, or to just have some alone time, to just be able to process everything that's going on. And if someone's caught between worlds, there's indecision there. There are certain things going on in a particular situation that's not so cut and dry, that's just not so clear. And so there's this limbo state that I pick up off of that energy. You're literally in between worlds and you're kind of caught right in the middle. So let's see what else needs to come through here. We do have self-expression that's represented for the Divine Feminine, and then we've got higher self. Okay, in between worlds and higher self, I feel, is where my feminines are at the moment when it comes to this particular connection. There is this sense of comfortability, if I can even speak, just feeling very comfortable with the masculine, this particular masculine that you, the viewer, especially if you are feminine tuning in to this particular portion of the reading, there's a masculine that definitely makes you feel very comfortable, almost as if you guys just fit together perfectly. But if you're in between worlds, there's definitely some lack of decision making here that I'm picking up off of. And maybe that's why we've got this retreat energy where you just have to just take some time to yourself and retreat and back away from something in order to be able to see things from a higher perspective, your higher self, as this states here. We also have healing together. Okay, so if you resonate with this so far, and if you're not with your masculine, there is a separation here. This to me is an indication that regardless of whether you're physically in separation or just going through some challenges, that there's healing that's going on, even from a distance. These are the energies coming forward from two people that are working on themselves. So I do feel here for my feminines. My feminines are doing some work on themselves, healing, and certainly the masculine is doing that as well. So let's go ahead and see what this is referring to with some tarot. Let's clarify some of these things here. This is the Psychic Tarot by John Holland. Angels and Spirit Guides, please, for Pisces, for this Divine Feminine portion of the reading. How is the Divine Feminine affected by this connection at this time? We do have the Ace of Wands, but it is coming up reversed here. So some of you might be focused on a fire sign, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. In the upright, as you can see, it says passion ignited, but it is coming up reversed. That's how we're going to have to read that. So the Ace of Wands in the reverse is lack of energy, lack of passion. It could also be boredom. So this could have contributed to the relationship, the challenges that are going on here. And maybe what I'm picking up for my feminines is that this could have been a relationship that just got a little bit too comfortable, to where there was perhaps lack of excitement, or it just ended up being just mundane, too routine, is what I'm picking up. And so for my feminines, I feel that's what's contributing to this in-between worlds energy. You know, there's a part of my feminines that are all in and feeling very comfortable and really into this relationship. And there's the other part of the feminine that I feel might want to possibly explore other relationships that might offer more excitement and truly offering her what it is that she's looking for if it's not here. That could be contributing to that, because there's that bored energy that's a part of this reversed Ace of Wands. That there is no passion here. It's too comfortable. It's almost like you guys are better off as friends rather than lovers, is what I am picking up here. And then we've got another ace. This time we've got the Ace of Swords in the upright. This is a triumphant success. So if we can actually turn this Ace of Wands upright, then of course this can be a triumphant relationship. This is representing air energy right here. So Libra, Aquarius, Gemini for some of you guys. This is victory. This is clarity. This is a breakthrough for my feminines. And then we've got the fertility card, which represents the Empress here in this particular deck. So I do feel for my feminines, you are in a seat of power to be able to create change based off of finally having clarity over what it is that you need to do. Right now you might be in between worlds and just not able to make the proper decision, which is why perhaps you just need some alone time. That retreat energy for me is somebody who just wants to back away from a situation to be able to figure things out and just have some alone time. For me, it's very similar to a solitude energy or the hermit energy in tarot. Some of you guys could have also had children together. This, after all, is representing a very motherly, nurturing energy from the Empress. That's a potential. And look at this, the next card in the upright, it does say disruption in this deck, but this is the Tower card and it's coming up reversed here. So the Tower in reverse can be tapped into arguments and misunderstandings between two people. And it's also delayed disaster or a fear of suffering. It could also be a disaster that's been avoided between the feminine and the masculine. And maybe because my feminines have kind of backed away from the connection, just wanting to spend some time on her own to figure things out, that actually helped the situation here. We do have the Three of Cups, which is your own energy, Pisces. That is water energy right there. Rejoice and celebration, which could certainly be indicative of happier times, friendships, community. It's all picking up off of that energy. This can represent a new love. It can represent a new beginning and or a positive outcome in a situation. And because we do have a 3 here, on occasion it can represent a third party situation here, which could possibly explain why my feminine is just retreating and backing away from a situation. And this is coming through for me also, and it's not going to resonate with everybody. I do feel for some of my feminines, because you were bored in a relationship, you decided to explore other options, as I mentioned, and it just, I feel timing was a little bit off here, and it turned into a third party situation rather than ending one relationship and exploring another to see if that offered more passion, more excitement. And that could have contributed to this reverse Tower right here, where you guys might have just been really butting heads and arguing and fighting a whole lot. And then we've got the Four of Pentacles coming up next. So this is earth energy right here. That's Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus for some of you. And I feel because the Four of Pentacles is about the need for stability and security, but there's also this energy of scarcity. Somebody who is in that Four of Pentacles vibe can be a little bit too possessive, can be a little bit clingy sometimes. And if that's how the masculine was with the feminine, maybe that turned her off and she wasn't into that, and she was just lacking the passion in the partnership and she was bored. That's a part of the reason why we've got that reversed Ace of Wands right there. So let's continue to do a little bit of digging here, and let's see if this is a relationship that can be revived, that can come back together. This deck is called the Moody Moon Messages deck, honoring the cycle of the Divine Feminine, by one of my soul sisters, Sister Moon Tarot. It's a great deck. So let's dig a little bit deeper here, guys, and let's see what else we can uncover for the Divine Feminine for you, Pisces. Angels and spirit guides, please bring it forward for my feminines here. Tired. I'm ready for a new beginning, you see? She wasn't happy with how things were going in that relationship. She wants a new beginning, and we've got the Ace of Swords right here, which is offering that new beginning. A very triumphant, successful relationship, which is beautiful. But we do have some obstacles that we need to overcome here in this partnership, and healing that definitely needs to happen. And if there are third-party situations going on here, that needs to be addressed. We also have bloated, hormonal, moody, and leave me alone. Yep, it's like, leave me alone. I just want to go into my own little world and retreat and figure things out for myself. And sometimes when we're not happy in our relationship, we do tend to be moody with people around us. Whether those we are involved with romantically or just friends, family, we tend to get really moody with people because we're not fulfilled, we're not happy internally, and that translates into a little bit of a moody energy from people. And that's where the feminine is at right now. Look at this next card. We've got sick. This love has made me weak and sick. And the right kind of love is not going to make you feel this way. It's going to uplift you. It's going to really tap into your vitality and your well-being. It's not going to make you sick. So all the more reason for healing to be happening here between the feminine and the masculine. Because this literally robbed the feminine of her strength, this relationship. It was not feeding her passions. She was bored. She wasn't happy. It was just too comfortable, is what I'm feeling. There was no excitement here, is what I'm picking up from this connection. Which is why perhaps some of you guys entertained a third party. I'm just feeling here, and I'm picking this up for some of you, that you guys would have been better off as friends rather than lovers, because there's somebody else that I'm picking up here that is coming through that is of interest to my feminine. I'm picking up really two people here that are vying for her attention. It's just that one of those people is someone that she's not interested in. And maybe they're just not getting the memo, that she's no longer invested in that connection. She wants a new beginning here. And part of that new beginning here, I feel, for some of my feminines, is finding love elsewhere, going in a different direction, unless there's a way to turn this all around and bring the passion and the magic back into this relationship. Next message, devising, crazy and calculated, but acting calm and collected. So this is another energy that some of my feminines are in. You're either crazy and calculated, or calm and collected, or all of these things. A combination of all of these things. And look at this. Here we are with that solitude energy that I was talking about. I just want to be left alone. Exactly. And that's the second card that says, leave me alone. I just want to be left alone, hormonal, moody, and leave me alone. And that's pretty much what I'm picking up from this retreat energy. It's like, please give me some alone time. I've got stuff to figure out here. That is where my feminines are at. That's what I'm picking up here. We also have this grief card that's presenting itself, though. This sadness feels like too much to bear sometimes. And that's also an added energy that my feminines are dealing with, because I feel that you really legitimately cared for this person. You might have been bored in the relationship. There was a lack of passion. It might have started off as passionate, but as time went on, things started to fizzle out, I feel. But because you do admire this person and you do care for this person, I'm feeling that it made you sad. Your intention was really not to hurt them. It's just that things got a little bit too casual, too comfortable, as this card states. Which is not a bad thing. It's just that what I'm picking up overall here is that when you're in a relationship that just gets to be a little bit too comfortable, something kind of gets sacrificed in the relationship by way of the excitement, the passion, the magic. So this is a relationship that needs healing for those of you resonating with this. Last one, we do have self-care, and I feel that's definitely a vibe that my feminines are in, spoiling myself and loving myself. Yep. That's why some of you guys are coming through as the Empress, just being very kind and gentle with yourself to be able to manifest things in your life that you're wanting, things that you are passionate about, things that make you happy, things that contribute to your overall growth and well-being. And I just feel some of you guys got involved in a relationship, a situation that after a while, the excitement was gone. And maybe it was just very hard for you to be honest with this person and really say how you were feeling. It's like, look, it was nice, but let's just be friends. That type of vibe. That's what I'm picking up for some of you guys. So let's go ahead and add some romance angels to this, Pisces, for the divine feminine. And let's continue. Let's take a look and see what else is contributing to the overall energy of my feminines here. Angels and spirit guides, please, for the divine feminine. And I do tend to refer to the feminine as her and she, but I do get it can be for male or female. So please do take from these messages however way it's presenting itself in your life. All right, so romance angels. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Pisces for this bonus reading. What else do we need to know when it comes to this connection? Yeah, you see? Free yourself. She doesn't want to be here anymore. My feminines wanting to take back control of her life. She wants to be free to explore other relationships. And I really don't feel that my feminine's intention was to turn this into a third-party situation. For some of you, that's the direction that it took. But that doesn't apply to everybody. I just am picking up that from my feminines resonating with this, you were in a relationship that no longer fulfilled you. And it's time for you to free yourself if you haven't already. But there is a relationship that I do feel that's coming in for you where this passion will be present. And it is what you are looking for. But some of you guys just need that alone time to just take a break, take a minute, just breathe it all in and just recuperate from this experience and heal your heart, heal your energy. And when you're ready, new love can find you. worth waiting for, okay? Divine timing is at work in your love life. So this is something that you can't rush. Love will find you, the right kind of love, the love that you deserve, the love that you're looking for. It's going to come to you when it's ready. You know, it's not like you can wake up tomorrow and realize, okay, I'm going to go find love today. Maybe you could, but this to me is letting us know that when divine timing is at play, you got to have patience to see this through. You're walking away from a situation for a reason, to give the universe the opportunity to create movement, to open up a path for you towards the direction that you're meant to go, and that takes time. We do have healing family issues coming up next. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. And we do have the Empress card coming through here, so I do feel some of you guys had children together. And when a relationship is going through some challenges and there's a separation, arguments going on, children are certainly affected by that. And for those of you that don't resonate with that, I do feel some of you could have certainly been in a relationship or have had an upbringing where you didn't have a good example of what a loving, lasting partnership was like growing up when it came to your parents. And it therefore is affecting how you conduct yourself or how you interpret your relationships in your adult life. And I feel that is yet another thing that needs healing. We've got two messages of healing presenting itself in this reading here, Divine Feminines. Healing together, and then your love life benefits as you forgive your parents, healing family issues. So however way this healing needs to happen in your life, it's time. That's a part of your self-care as well, is to bring about that healing so that you're not carrying it forward to future connections or future relationships. So we do have red flags here, which I do feel if you're already resonating with this, you already know what those red flags are. And then we've got let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. So you have a support system in your friends. And sometimes we try to carry the weight of the world on our shoulders. And we forget that we have these people in our lives who can actually be there to help lighten the load of what we're carrying. So don't forget about your wonderful support system here. Now look at these next two cards here, Pisces, for the Divine Feminine. Okay, we have a new love that's presenting itself. This new love for my feminines could ultimately be the right love, the one that can bring in the passion, the excitement, the magic. But in order to get this to happen, you do have to free yourself from a relationship where you're not getting those things. That's what I'm picking up from that. All right, guys, so we're going to close out this portion of the Divine Feminine with some dialogue messages. This is my self-created deck. It's called the Woman's Intuition Oracle. So we'll grab some insight from here, some dialogue to represent what the feminines want to express at this time to the masculines. And as always, take whichever one of these messages most resonates with you. Angels and spirit guides for Pisces for this bonus reading for the Divine Feminine. What needs to be expressed here? Who needs to speak up? I see this one turned up, and let's grab a bottom card. I'm guided to this one too. Okay. All right. So again, take whichever one of these you're most guided towards. We're going to start off with this one because I feel it's so fitting considering what's coming through here. Cupid's fucking arrow missed, which is why there's no excitement, which is why there's no passion. And maybe you guys are just friends at this point. Could have been really great at one point in time, but it just didn't end up being the love of your life type relationship. So that's coming through for some of you guys. Next message. I feel you loving me behind that tough exterior of yours. So some of you guys might be dealing with a masculine who might be pretending to be over the feminine. It's like, look, I get where you're coming from. And maybe they're trying to look as if they've got it all together, that they're not heartbroken with a feminine who is detaching, and yet the love is still here. And so my feminines are coming through, letting the masculine know. It's like, look, I know you still love me behind that tough exterior of yours, trying to pretend like you don't know, or like I don't know. But she's acknowledging that. That's what I'm picking up from this. She's still feeling the love that this particular masculine is directing towards her. Next message, you take my breath away even from afar. So what I pick up from this is that there are also two people here that are in separation, in between worlds, as that states, who are clearly not together. But the feminine coming through here, letting this masculine know, it's like, look, you still take my breath away even though we're not together. So a couple of scenarios coming through here, obviously. One scenario is there's one relationship that my feminine has already walked away from or has detached from because she's no longer interested. And there are those of you who are in separation from a masculine where you love this person, you want to be with this person, and you're literally saying to your masculine, you still take my breath away even though we're not together. Next message. Our souls, our vibrations, our energies, our thoughts, our memories will forever be intertwined, even if our bodies aren't, although I would prefer the latter. So another indication here of two people, the feminine and the masculine, who are not physically together, but certainly desire to be together. And I do feel, again, those of you who share a family, those of you who have had children together, you're still drawn to one another because there's this connection. And when it comes to the two of you, your energies are still intertwined, and it always will be. But for whatever reason, there are issues here that are overwhelming the relationship, and there are certain things that need to be addressed and fixed here, which is why we've got red flags that are presenting itself. And then we have, I will never love again. So I've got a feminine here who could have certainly fallen in love with a particular masculine. You guys are not together, and it's been very difficult moving on, or possibly, again, going into a relationship where that excitement, that magic, that passion, it just wasn't there because there's somebody else that has her heart, and you guys are not together. And then we have this message, you were the best mistake I ever made. So there's a situation here for my feminines where she might have entered into a relationship that could have been forbidden, or again, a third-party situation, realizing that it was a mistake and had to free herself from that situation, but still, feeling drawn to this individual. So we've got quite a few various scenarios coming through from these dialogue messages. And last one, you trigger me in ways no other man ever has, which is why we've had indications of arguments and disagreements and misunderstandings here between the feminine and a particular masculine. So whichever one of these scenarios represents your situation, guys, it's represented here, and hopefully this gave you an indication of where the divine feminine is at and how it's affecting her at this time. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and take a look at the divine masculine here to see how the overall energy of the connection is affecting him. So let's take a look at that, and hopefully you guys resonated with the feminine messages, and if not, no big deal. Hopefully I'll be able to tap into your situation next time. All right, so let's begin. For those of you who are watching for the Divine Masculine, here we are. This is the Divine Masculine Energy Oracle cards deck by Flames of Alchemy. Angels and Spirit Guides, please, for Pisces, for for this bonus reading for the second half of June. Focusing on the divine masculine now. And as I mentioned, you know, one part doesn't necessarily match up with the other side. You know, if you're watching for a particular person, I mean, sometimes it does. Both storylines kind of come together, but it doesn't always do that. We've got protective energy coming forward here from the masculine. Some of you guys could have had a family together, which certainly ties into the divine feminine reading where some of you guys had children together, and my masculine's coming through being very protective of that, of the family dynamic here. But my masculines are also in the shadows. Masculine shadow representing itself feeling trapped, feeling sad. Okay, so these are some heavy energies coming forward from my masculines here. Somebody who is feeling trapped wants to free themselves. And it's interesting because from the divine feminine reading, free yourself did come up. And somebody who's feeling trapped does not want to be in a particular situation. That might be contributing to why this masculine is in the shadow, because this is somebody who needs healing and to do that shadow work to get them out of that shadow. There's this very sad energy too. Look at this. We've got temptations, okay, that are affecting the dynamic of this relationship. And then we've got divine partnership followed by friendship. So what I'm getting here, divine masculine, is that there is an issue going on here with third-party situations, or at least temptations from other people who are vying for the divine masculine's attention and affection. Somebody could already be in a relationship, or you both might be. This temptation could be from somebody that might have just started off as the divine masculine's friend, but it could have turned into something more. And I do feel some of my masculines are already attached in a relationship here, which is perhaps why he's feeling trapped. He's caught between a rock and a hard place here as to what it is that he's wanting to do. He wants to be able to protect his family, if you guys have a family together. But what's keeping him in the shadows is, and keeping him trapped, is knowing that he's in a relationship, he's invested in that partnership. This divine partnership is actually a really good one. But there is also a friendship here that is affecting the dynamic of this partnership. It's coming through as a temptation here. So my masculines might find that they're tempted by somebody else outside of the relationship. So we're going to have to take a look and see what's going on with some tarot. This is the Pining Rose Tarot by my dear friend Amy of Calico Moon. So let's add to this, Pisces, and let's take a look and see what needs to come through here. Angels and spirit guides, please. We do have the Seven of Pentacles, which is earth energy, Pisces. This is Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. Investment, hard work, paying off, growth. So when it comes to the Seven of Pentacles, this is a situation where you just got to wait and see how it's going to play itself out. And then we've got the King of Swords coming in. So some of my masculines coming through as this King of Swords. This king represents an intellectual man of authority. It's all about the truth and mental clarity. And then we've got the Queen of Cups. Look at this. So my feminines coming in as Pisces, divine feminine, coming through here as this Queen of Cups. So we definitely have a couple presenting itself here. This Queen of Cups is a compassionate woman, caring, intuitive, emotionally stable. And then we've got the Ace of Wands presenting itself, followed by the Nine of Cups, and then we've got the Ten of Cups right after that, falling right below the divine partnership here. So I feel some of you guys could be married. You're already in a committed partnership here, and there are temptations from other people. But perhaps my masculines, you know, you're coming in with the energy of this King of Swords, knowing that this is a situation that needs to be cut out, especially if it's resulting in a third party situation, or you got to cut these temptations out and focus on your partnership. Because we've got messages talking about the potential for growth here, and certainly the Ace of Wands is clarifying that as well. New creative inspiration, potential, growth, and action. That's what the Ace of Wands is all about. And the Nine of Cups is referring to a wish that comes true, gratitude and satisfaction as well. The Ten of Cups is a beautiful energy. And these are all picking up off of your own vibration, Pisces. All of this is tapped into water energy. Marriage, family, hopes, dreams, love, contentment, home. That's what the Ten of Cups is all about. But look at this. We've got the Justice card right after it. Fairness, the truth, legal matters. So this is what I'm picking up for some of you. For my divine masculines, you're married, you're in a committed relationship. That's what represents this divine partnership. There's a temptation that came in that could have resulted in a third party situation. And for my masculines, you know you have to cut this out, but maybe you weren't able to. Or you're still thinking about it, which is what's keeping you trapped. Maybe you're really in this sad vibe because you just don't know what to do, or it's just weighing very heavily on you. It's contributing to this masculine shadow energy. And the Justice card can certainly represent legal matters, either in the form of a divorce, a legal separation, and yes, of course, marriage. But I do feel from the Ten of Cups that that's already a reality for some of you. And because of third party situations or infidelity and lies and cheating going on in the relationship, some of you may have decided to end things here. That's what has been cut out of this situation for some of you. And if that is the case, it's still affecting my masculines because he's still in the shadows and he's not happy about it. It's affecting him on a very deep level. And what I'm getting to is, for those of you who may have gone into separation from your spouse, your significant other, some of you guys may have decided to stay friends. After all is said and done, maybe you just decided we're better off as friends. And it's interesting because from the Divine Feminine reading, there is a situation there where the feminine was better off as friends with a particular Divine Masculine. It could be what's going on here too. So let's add to this with the Masculine's Madness deck. This is by Bridget Rao, Divine Essentials. Angels and Spirit Guides, please, for Pisces, for this bonus reading for the second half of the month. What else can we add to this when it comes to the Divine Masculine here? I just want to escape. Mind altered. And I mean, that was a very similar vibe that came forward from the Divine Feminine. Wanting a new beginning and just wanting to be left alone. And we do have a masculine who's feeling trapped here. And he's now coming through saying, I just want to escape. He doesn't want to feel trapped. So this is a masculine here who's going to figure it out so that he can actually remove those ties that are keeping him bound. We do have studying, exploring every inch of you, body, mind, and soul. So I feel my masculines are still very much attracted to a particular feminine here. Could have something to do with these temptations. It's like, you know, logically thinking that the masculine knows he's got to cut this situation out, but struggling with it internally. There's this need to soul cleanse as well. I've been purifying my mind and soul, and that certainly is needed based off of what's coming through here. By doing this soul cleanse, that's going to actually help this masculine deal with what's in the shadows, to break free from what's keeping him trapped and bound. Look at this. We've got emptiness. My bed feels empty without you. See? So this represents two people who are apart, who are not together, and this masculine is very sad over how things have fallen apart when it comes to this divine partnership, and that is due to, I feel, for some of you, third-party situations, infidelity and cheating that happened here. A line was crossed. A friendship turned into something more. Next message is despair. I'm drowning in my despair for you. Contributing again to that very sad energy. So that's the vibe that I'm picking up for my divine masculines here. So let's add to this from this deck. This is called the Romantic Confessions from the Divine Masculine, again by my soul sister, Sister Moon Tarot. So we'll add to this, guys, and let's take a look and see what else is in the Divine Masculine's heart space for the feminine here. Angels and spirit guides, please. Focusing on the Divine Masculine for this Pisces reading. I always admired your beauty. So my masculine still really, truly attracted to the Divine Feminine here. I never got over you. So even though you guys had to go into separation because of the challenges in the relationship, my masculine is still feeling this overwhelming separation, letting the feminine know, it's like, look, I've never gotten over you. And for those of you who decided to just remain friends after the breakup, I don't feel this masculine is content with that. He's going along with it, but he's not content with that. The next message. I want to talk to you, but I can't find the right words to say. Definitely wanting to reach out, but just not quite knowing how to express himself. Part of that hesitation might be because he's scared. I just got scared coming through. Next message. I know that we fight because of the intense passion between us. So I do feel that there have been arguments here due to challenges that have presented itself in the relationship. Very passionate connection at one point in time. Hasn't been easy. This has not been an easy journey. Let's grab a couple more here. What else does the masculine have to confess to the feminine? Maybe in the future we can have another go at this, you see? This masculine doesn't want to give up. Is keeping the door open for a potential reconnection here with the feminine. Wow. All right, so let's add some additional dialogue. This is my self-created deck, the Thinking Man Oracle. So we'll grab some additional messages here from the masculine to the feminine. So there are some of my masculines who are willing to try again. So willing to try again. Feeling very sad that he's not with the feminine that he wants, the divine feminine that he truly wants to build a life with, or to just be able to fix what's broken between the two of you. Angels and spirit guides, from the masculine to the feminine. What else needs to be expressed here, please? I've picked up my phone 1,000 times, but then the insecurities set in. It's been so long since we've talked. Is it too late for us? You see, I want to talk to you, but I can't find the right words to say. I just got scared. It's all contributing to what's going on here, and perhaps why there is no communication right now. Look at this next message, guys. I know I fucked up. Please give me another chance. Give us another chance, please. This is a masculine who wants a second chance with the divine feminine, acknowledging that he messed up. Next message. You trigger me in good and not so good ways. So in a way, both the divine feminine and divine masculine, you're both triggering each other. Next message. Sometimes I wish we could just be again. And the last message. I'm not done healing. I need more time. Please continue on your healing journey for me. We both need it right now. It's so, so true. And remember, if you guys did watch the Divine Feminine reading, we ended up getting that card, healing together. And I feel you guys are on the same page. Healing together, and the masculine coming through, letting the feminine know, it's like, look, I'm not done healing. And you need to work on yourself too. Continue to heal there. And that's what I meant about the two of you healing together, even if you are at a distance from one another. All right. Let's add to this with some romance angels for the divine masculine. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Pisces, for this bonus reading, for the divine masculine. When it comes to love and romance, when it comes to this connection, look at this, guys. He wants to work on it. Work on the partnership. Give it another chance. And both the feminine and the masculine are coming through with the same exact message. Worth waiting for. This is going to take some time, but it's worth waiting for because divine timing is at play here, guys. So my masculines, calling in the feminine, calling in your soulmate, your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. It's like, yes, you guys are in separation. We've already determined that. Time apart from each other. This is a time to truly let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. You both have your own free will. Divine timing is at play here. If it's meant to come back together, it will. But definitely from my divine masculine wanting to work on this partnership. That's what I'm getting from that. Okay, so both sides really having some challenges, but the potential and the desire to overcome the challenges. All right, guys, so let's close this out with some final cards, some final guidance. All right, so let's grab some messages from the Journey of Love deck. This is another deck by Bridget Rao of Divine Essentials, so let's see what comes through from here. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Pisces, for this bonus reading. Tying up the loose ends here when it comes to the divine feminine, divine masculine. We have, I need to express myself, balance and imbalances. The number 17 might be a significant number for some of you guys. So I feel both the divine feminine and divine masculine definitely have this need to just talk things through, to be able to express what's in their heart space. because right now things are a little bit out of balance. What else, please? Angels and spirit guides for Pisces, for the feminine and masculine. So there's this need to communicate with one another. Number 27, I feel you inside me and it drives me insane. Magnetism. You know, so even though you guys are not together, you're really still feeling so drawn to one another. Clarity. I finally see. Number 20. And this is exactly what's needed, I feel, for both of you, to have that clarity, to be able to see things clearly, truly, and come towards each other with a clear vision of what it is that you're both wanting to manifest in this partnership. We also have denial, which is number 36 here. I keep telling myself it's not over. And maybe it's not. We tell ourselves a lot of crazy things when we're in separation from somebody that we love. And maybe for some of you resonating with this, there's a reason why you feel it's not over. And certainly the desire to come back together is represented here. We have seduction, number 26. I wanted you the moment I saw you. And I feel you still both want each other. Despite all of the challenges that have happened in this partnership, you still want each other. Number 7, I'm lost without you, emptiness. And look at this, guys. I love you, nostalgic, number 6. So here you are. You're telling each other that you still love each other. There's a lot that needs to be expressed here that clearly has not been expressed. You're still feeling so drawn to one another, feeling incomplete and lost without the other. And this is a situation I feel that really needed this clarity. There's a reason why that's coming through. And feeling nostalgic, remembering the good times that you had once shared and wanting to recapture that and bring it back together. So if you guys put in the effort to make this happen, get onto the same page, put in the effort, there's no reason why you guys can't bring it back and work on this partnership again. All right, guys, so that's where I'm going to leave this one, Pisces. I do hope whatever part of it resonated with you, whether you watched the whole thing, whether you just watched one portion of it, I do hope it helped you out. And if you're interested in your own personal private reading, all of that info is down below in the description box. And I'll see you guys real soon. Take care. Bye-bye.